New Moon. I said this in the reaction. It's the best of the Twilight movies, just objectively, because it doesn't have hideous color correction on it. Don't know what was going on with those movies. I made reviews of those movies like 15 years ago. You can go watch them on the channel if they're not blocked in your country. New Moon has 24 songs on it, and pretty much 70% of them are fantastic. 10% of them are incredible and great and deserve to be listened to. So let's just go ahead. Let's go track by track here. Angel in the I've had about four. I say that this is a better collection of songs than either or, and I'm going to get into that here because I'm stunned at some of the things that have gone on in the past. Angel in the Snow, classic Elliott right off the bat. Not a favorite, but really solid with typical Elliott guitar work. Great. Talking to Mary, really, really like the guitar work here, and the chords are sublime. High Times, have really been enjoying this one recently. The wispy electric guitar over the acoustic is super dreamy and atmospheric. It's just a superb track. New Monkey is like a sort of lighthearted one that may have fit well on Figure 8. It's not necessarily a gem per se, but it's a decent pop rock track, I think. Looking Over My Shoulder, this one's okay. The chords are entertaining to follow, and the song has a certain discomfort to it, which makes it interesting. Going Nowhere, man, love the guitar on here, the way the melody swings around the chord tones like they're trying to get away, but they're going nowhere. Really subtle work, but this is like top tier Elliott here. That would have been amazing on either or in place of, I don't know, anything. No Name number 5. Riot Coming, nothing super notable about this one for me. It's all right. And there are a good handful of Elliott tracks like this, I think, that just have that same kind of vibe. All Cleaned Out. As far as typical folky chord strumming Elliott songs go, I think this one is fantastic. Great melody and lyrics over some quality chords, just legit good, you know? Doesn't like stand out amidst his like, more intricate guitar songs, but the chords are still cool. First Timer, really like the quiet and slow pace of this track, and it has one of my favorite Elliott motifs, which is mirroring the vocal melody in a guitar riff. Chef's kiss. Go By, compelling guitar stuff again that cascades beautifully into the chorus. More top shelf either or work that should have made the album, in all honesty. The early version of Miss Misery is a nice, sparse, and intimate version of his most famous track, probably. Good. 13, a song made, like, it sounds like it was supposed to be covered by Elliott and how it was made. And it just helps to inform how his style was influenced by bands such as Big Star. Georgia, Georgia, short, angsty track. I've spoken about tracks like this before, so I don't really have a whole lot of new things to say. Whatever, folk song in C. Pleasant little finger-picked tune. That's reminiscent of like folk singer-songwriters like Van Zandt. It's very nice. Big Decision, wild track, a bit of a mess, but it's a fun listen. Placeholder, another magnificent either or track, although it feels a bit more akin to like the self-titled. Love the composition here though. New Disaster, really like the interchordal melody on the guitar. Nice melancholy track here that's worth hearing for sure. Seeing How Things Are Hard, kind of odd, but has some cool elements, even if it really doesn't all come together super smoothly for me. Fear City has that kind of Figure 8 vibe, another cool exploration of ideas, even if it seems like a black sheep a little bit. But then again, Elliott made a lot of black sheep. Either or, really nice track, simple but unique. The other version of Pretty Mary Kay got something of like a Paul Simon thing going on here with the chord work and the picking. Definitely superior to the main Pretty Mary Kay, if I may be so bold. Almost Over, another one of those angsty tracks. See You Later, nothing super notable here, kind of feels like a recycled Elliott idea. And then Half Right, really like this more stripped back version. I think they both work in their own rights. Really strong stuff. So, New Moon has, I don't want to say some of Elliott's best songs, because that seems too bold, but I think that's correct. Like Going Nowhere, Go By, Placeholder, So my favorites here: Talking to Mary, High Times, Going Nowhere, All Cleaned Out, Go By, Placeholder, and Half Right are fantastic, I feel. And then I have shout outs to Angel in the Snow, First Timer, New Disaster, Either Or. Just quality stuff here, a ton of it, that didn't make it onto any albums until, posthumously with this collection. So I don't know. I think a lot of the songs here are fantastic. Some will be more to certain people's taste than others, but definitely a must listen to if you like Elliott. So especially if you like Either Or, because I feel like some of those songs, like I said, should have been on the album. But fantastic way to close out Elliott. Just musing on the whole, his oeuvre, his discography as a whole. I was stunned going through these albums because, like a lot of people, familiar with Miss Misery, or you'll have listened to Either Or, which is a great album in its own way. But unless you dive further into him, that's a tip of the iceberg, because the fact that pretty much all of his albums were just as notable, and in my opinion, some more so than Either Or, is an achievement. And he is one of the best singer-songwriters I've ever come across. He is up there with Nick Drake, Paul Simon, et cetera, et cetera. So magnificent stuff. Glad I've listened to him. And I will be continuing to listen to his stuff for a long time in the future. So that's my follow-up for New Moon, Elliott Smith in general. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Godspeed.